the sun, you can feel the heat when the pressures rise, building up inside, trying to break it down, but you come back stronger, ready to fight, can't wait any longer, it's our time, it's like a force of nature, no stopping now, it's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. Stronger than that.
Ethan Burrell, big spit by the 50-60s, it won't be enough. Chris Record on the back of Johnny Johnson, who covered spots. Johnny, it's going to Victor Lane at the Honor scores for win. The home place beer competing by
It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars that make it. Stronger than that. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars that make it. Stronger than that. Stronger than that.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Memory Lanes 156. I am Alexander Dead. It can only mean one thing. It's Wednesday night, and that means another exciting chapter in the series of the JoinAPS.com Cup Series for 2022 Season B. Gonna be joined in the booth by Pro Edge Racing legend Ethan Burrell. Ethan, I'm so glad to have you in here, man.
It's good to be in here, Alex, man. It's been a long time. I've known you for years and heard many of your broadcasts as someone competing, but it's fun to be up here doing this with you.
I am excited, and we're in for an exciting show. I mean, this is Phoenix International Race Week. Walk me through what it's like to race on this racetrack.
I tell you, it's a blast racing here. This place always produces good racing, and it may not always be side by side, door to door, but they're going to be slip sliding all over the place. And with the newer configuration, flipping around the turns, and that crazy dog leg is always up for cutting down the backstretch. So it's going to be wild. These guys are going to be trying to keep the rear tires on their cars as best as they can, and yeah, we should see tons of action tonight.
Yes, we will be talking about that dog leg later on as you take a look and see the running order. Tate Lytle gonna get the pole.
Yeah,
He's been a little bit on a hot streak, should I say, along with his teammate RC Anderson.
Yeah, pretty similar picture to what we've seen this season so far. The 56 and 50. I mean, those guys have tons of speed. Ryan Gavel as well. Great quick driver there on qualifying. How about Trey Holmes too, getting a 6th place starting spot? That's a big deal for him.
Yes. And we're taking a look at other competitors. You see Sage Karam.
Yeah, and we got another new face too, Briar LaPrade. He's been around the virtual racing scene for as long as I can remember. Back on the console days, he was Lil Killer. I think we'd raced with him before, Alex. So he is incredibly talented driver. I mean, he races among some of the best here on iRacing. So I'd expect to see Briar have a great run today.
Taking a look at some of the others, not so good starting positions, but anything can happen here. 156 laps here tonight.
Oh yeah, tons of racing. There's going to be lots of action, so these guys will have plenty of opportunities to get up there. I'd also watch Johnny Thomas and Josh Adams starting deep in the field. Look for them to be moving forward.
Right now, you were taking a look at the championship standings. These are important. you will see in green, those are the people that we know are guaranteed in no matter what. Tyler Foley and Chad Frickenfield have done so well with the points they have accumulated throughout the season. Anybody that is in yellow is in that top 14. You will see that on the scoring pylon as well. Anybody that is in red, their chance of getting in is still alive, but they have some work to do.
Yeah, and look at that bubble. This is the penultimate race in the regular season. I mean, you got R.C. Anderson, Nick Massey, 1 point above the cut line. David Tooker, Chris Wright in a dead tie for it. Kwame Scott only 4 out, Crump 9 out. So these guys are going to be really aggressive here, try to get really good runs.
Every point, every position does count. As we're about to get going underneath the green flag here. Pace car is already on pit road. The unique back straightaway.
Yeah, that's right. One thing about this new configuration, pace car pulls out real early, but you still got to wait until they exit the corner to get on it.
All right, Dave Light on the mount pedal, and we are looking for the memory lane 156 is already. You see the 0-1. Ryan Kaplan into the inside in turn 1. He wants the lead.
Yeah, and that's one of these features here at Phoenix is that dog leg is available to cut, but with these cars being as on edge as they are going down there, it's a risk reward. But as you can see, Gavel got the reward that time.
Yes, he did. He is going to lead lap 1. As we continue to view from high above that 56 and 50 car. Wow, that was a 2-for-1. He started in that second run.
Yeah, it was a great move by Gavel. For Lake Norman Motorsports there, going out, jumping to an early lead. That's a power move there. You know, he's trying to make an impression right off the start. He wants to get out front and control this race.
Just behind these guys up front, R.C. Anderson, last winner, and David Tooker. I think you know these guys there, am I wrong?
Absolutely, I do. Oh, the caution is out.
Of the day. We'll take a look at the Whiskey Cast replay from high above. The all-seeing eye sees all.
There it is.
Scott
cutting the dog leg.
The dog leg.
Oh no, the 16
it's in front of it.
Oh,
yes.
Pow, that's a big one. Man, that thing just came around on him.
The 16. They're contacting Ryan Canelo 84. No. Just a weird transition, and
he just gets loose.
Around.
Wow. Bummer for Kwame Scott in the 95. I mean, what do? You know, you're going down the straightaway, and all of a sudden, you're T-boning somebody. Yeah, this is interesting here. Yeah, just that transition.
Somebody just in front of him also lost it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just...
I don't know if who that was, but right in front of the 16, when we were riding on board, the car that's about, I would say, 5th in line? Yes.
Yeah, just up ahead.
Right there.
That looks like Hank Steinmiller. Yeah, it just seems like that little transition there. I mean, maybe just with the low air pressures kind of early in a run might be more susceptible to that, but man, that's something we're going to have to keep an eye out for the rest of the race.
Guarantee that's going to take other competitors by some almost that looks like there was oil on the track right there.
Great save there by Hank Steinmiller. I'm sure that caught him off guard too, but he had just enough time to save it. Didn't have anybody coming through.
All right, so under caution here for the first time today. They want to read off some of our sponsor reads?
Sure. I can pull that up real quick here. All right. Our series sponsor, of course, is Join APS. APS offers a complete solution for all types of businesses that need to process credit card-related transactions. Their industry-specific solutions provide the best options for your business model. They have experienced client service representatives who understand what your processing needs are. Our race sponsor for tonight is Memory Lanes. Memory Lanes is the heart of Athens, Wisconsin. a historic building with a modern-day touch, a place where young and old come together. But what truly gives Memory Lanes its character, though, is owner and operator Randy Big Balls Walters. Our premier sponsors for tonight, TA Services. For over 36 years, TA Services has been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider, offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics services to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. Let the TA Services team make ship happen for you. Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg Marketing is the marketing department for small businesses. We're your marketing department. For small business owners, Blue Egg is your biggest fan. And finally, Breezy Cam. Breezy is a venture-backed tech company based in Toronto and Boston. They are on a mission to reimagine the group photo experience. Gone are the days of carrying around a tripod or selfie stick. They help their customers and users tell better stories around meaningful moments. They let anyone tap into nearby cameras to capture group memories at iconic places as if users were controlling their own native camera app, except now from a perfectly positioned vantage point. Today you can find Breezy at well-known sports venues and cultural landmarks across 4 continents. Those are our sponsors for tonight.
Thank you so much there, Dave. Getting set for the restart. Ryan Gavel, R.C. Anderson. David took the person you don't see, Tate Lytle, who was up there. He elected today, I believe. A fuel run here is about 90 laps. It still needs to go down one more time. Not that one that we have turned it in. 49 laps. 48 this time. But
I'm hearing it sounds like Tate Lytle received a EOL from the initial start of the race. Either way, we are back under green here. Ryan Gavel leads us off. 3 wide for second already.
Cars do not handle the transition into the golf.
Yeah, it sounds like hearing from the drivers in happy hour practice that it's real sketchy. I mean, you can do it, but you got to be really careful going over those bumps and transitioning the different lanes.
And does that get worse as the tire wear goes on?
I would have to imagine it does. The only thing that might help is, another caution is out.
Second one of the day. Hopefully this is not a trend.
Looks like this one's flagging to Gerald Campbell. We'll take a look.
See what happened. Reigning champ cutting in this dog leg, but there's trouble ahead.
Ahead of him.
Once again.
Oh, boy.
And Hank Steinmiller involved again.
Yep, the 84 gets a piece of another one as well. He got a piece of the 16 in the last one.
Yes, but who was that black car? That black car kind of set that change of mode. Yes, Wyatt Knadel.
Is that the 03 of Latham Joyner?
Is that the 03? Yes.
Yeah, it looks like if we back this up a little bit, they kind of got into it with Trey.
He did.
Right there.
Through that transition. That part.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. I mean, it's, you can get aggressive through there and you can end up 3-4 wide with cars down on the dog leg, and I mean they're really in your blind spot down there too, so you hear the spotter call saying 3 wide, and that can kind of adjust how you run through there. But yeah, this is going to prove to be a tricky spot tonight. No, yeah, just looks like he has that snap loose as well, just like the previous wreck.
Yep, it just kind of accordions back.
Yeah, tough break for these guys. Chris Wright, Wyatt Knadel caught a piece of it. Gerald Campbell in it big time.
Alrighty, so quickly under caution for the second time. We're not gonna bore you with just needless rambling, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. welcome back. Cleaning up our second caution already. Ryan Gavel has led both laps today. I believe he's led every lap so far. About to lead them down through the Geico restart zone. They get this field back underneath the flag. And we go once again racing it.
Great jump by that inside line. Ryan Gavel and Chad Franken from Wolfkin are cleared. Look at the battle for third. There's Tyler Fody, Ryan Gavel's teammate in the 40 car, trying to get a nose on another caution.
Already. Oh, this is not looking good.
Loads of people off.
See what happened this time.
We had just gotten the restart, and Joey Chapman cut that dog leg.
Oh, there it is.
Boy. Looks like the 61 comes up and just tags the 89 there.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh, and it's gonna collect.
Oh man. Poor Wyatt Knadel, man. All three of these wrecks. Wyatt Knadel in the 84 has been right there. Man.
No fault of his own, too.
No, I know he got a piece of the first two. Let's see if he got any contact from this one.
I believe so.
He might still be okay. We'll see.
Using
can
every
see,
one of
just-
his 9 lives
Yeah.
early.
Look at
And
that.
yes, the whole pack.
He does a
comes
really
up.
good
Oh.
really good job slowing down for that, and thankfully
Somebody,
nobody else gets into
wow.
him.
Yep. Somebody plowed right into Chapman. A second time there.
Yeah, looks great here. This should be quite the view coming into this one. Yeah, 89 turned down.
60, and then they slide up the racetrack, and there is no
Ow.
way to go for any of these guys. 23 up underneath the 61, the 32. It was the 70
Oh,
Jesse
yeah.
Rasmus that plowed into Chapman.
Poor Harrison just got shoved right into that. Rather nice
Caution up and down night here early. And
Slowing
this one was for a big one in turn 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of good race cars heading down to get some damage repairs early on. We'll see maybe if guys will kind of start settling in now and kind of trying to get into a rhythm here.
It's hard, especially when you have a race like this. Walk me through that Ethan, just when you have caution after caution after caution, not being able to establish a rhythm.
Yeah, it's hard because, you start to get impatient yourself, even if your plan kind of was to be patient, take your time. I mean, if there's a lot of cautions coming out back to back, especially later in the race, I mean, you start to lose your patience and try to make over-aggressive moves just to get a couple spots before the next yellow. So it's tough. It makes these races last a lot longer, and it's kind of a domino effect with everybody else's aggression as well.
Ethan, is your ears burning? I'm hearing talk about you at a Phoenix race in a suspension. You know anything about that?
Oh, you know what? No, I was on the good end of that. That was the race I won. I think
Somebody
the
else.
2021A Phoenix Championship race where Bodie and Josh Adams had an altercation. Sounded like Bodie sent it in a little bit too far into the last turn for the championship and didn't end up on the right end of the black flag there.
Well, we're going to try it again. They have doubled up. Pace car going to be down this time by.
I got faith this time, Alex. I think these guys have gotten the jitters out here. We're all kind of figuring out that weird transition that we're having through the dog leg. I think we're going to get into a nice, good run here. Teammates on the inside, ex-teammates on the outside.
Chad Brinkenfield, Chad, who was so strong 1 to go. Still
What a good jump.
in that outside line. James covered this time.
Yeah, usually, you got two teammates on the bottom line in the first two rows. You expect kind of the guy in second to get left behind, but Chad actually timed that run really well. Got a good jump, and he might be able to clear Cody for second. He will.
That's a great way. And we're still under the green flag. Better than our last time. So, just a little bit right there, that transition.
Looks like these guys. Yeah, our top two in the championship, second and third here. Tyler Cody leading the points, Chad Frankenfield in second. Looks like these guys are kind of settling in. No, look at R.C. Anderson and battle for third here, going underneath Tyler Cody.
And a battle for the lead here. Chad Frankenfield taking a look underneath Ryan Gavel. Trying to get that bottom line.
Down into turn one, we'll see who gets the better drive off. Oh, they're close.
That was.
Later in the race, Chad may have stayed in it there and tried his luck with the door of the 0-1, but I think early on, you kind of just have to surrender. You over push a little bit, slide up, just back out of it, try again later.
Maintained second place, and R.C. Anderson was able to get third away from Tyler Cole.
Yeah, and if I'm these top two, especially second here, I'm wanting to be in the lead right now, because if you got R.C. Anderson breathing down your neck there, we know he's going to be there later in the run, so you want to try to get out there and run away from him if you can.
Jared Rexy, Ryan Cole, got in a battle.
Taking a peek as well. That's kind of another thing about racing here at Phoenix is if the guy in front of you makes a pass on the bottom, that kind of opens the door up for you to also pass the same car. So you got to kind of stick the nose of your car in there while the door's been opened. Otherwise, it's really hard to set up passes here.
Caution, the fourth one of the night. Ooh, things are just starting to get good. And we will slow this race pace down again. The 23, Harrison Talon. He's the
Curious to
star.
see what happened here, because I know some drivers were reporting pretty loose coming off of the corner here. Oh, a little bit of contact on that one.
Yes. Had some help from Dustin Dewar in the 32. Around goes the 23.
Not seeing
You gotta
anybody
give
else
some-
involved.
Got to give some props to Talon, too. He did a good job locking it down. He did nose into the wall, but, I mean, it could have been a lot worse there. So I think he'll be able to continue on okay.
That 23 machine has been trying to put together some clean races, and it just, since I've been back, it seems like that 23 car has been involved in a caution.
Yeah, it's tough. A lot of the time, I mean, it's just entirely out of your control. Sometimes you can avoid putting yourself in certain spots, but I mean, poor Harrison, it just not a whole lot he could do in a lot of these incidents so far this season. We see not many takers on pit road.
Yes,
Chad Frankenfield.
I thought Ryan Gavel was. He faked them out.
Might have been to his own fault.
Split strategy as far as track position on pit road beginning to take place here.
Yeah, I think if you're just outside the top 10 here, I think this is a good call. Get on a better tire cycle than the guys up front, and then if we do kind of break into a nice run here, you should realistically be able to pick guys off pretty easily.
Yes, and you do have 6 set of tires, so you're not losing a lot as far as track position. Hitting those cautions. We'll see how many people wanted to go down pit road.
Got a big mover. Briar LaPrade started 17th up to 5th, even regardless of all these cautions we've already had. He's been picking off some spots.
He is making his debut, am I right?
That's correct. Yeah, his debut with the Elite Racing League on iRacing. He may have raced in Elite on console years ago, back in the PS3 days. I'm not sure about that, but he's been around, and man, he is an incredibly talented iRacer. I mean, you could bet on him being up here battling for this win later tonight.
All right. Strong words of encouragement from Ethan about my love pride. I'm sorry. All right. So the caution flag for Harrison Talon spin going to bunch the group back up once more. Quite a bit. As, on my screen there, I don't know.
Yep, give it a second. I was updating the Mr.
Okay.
LaPrade, and of course, iRacing decides to glitch at the time.
It should be interesting. It looks like the guys that elected to come down there are going to be just about outside of the top 20, so could get a little squirrely and kind of in the mid-pack, but that won't be too much different from what we've seen so far. We'll see how these guys get through there.
Back on the lap. Right behind him, trying to clear RC Anderson. Right on his corner panel. Nope.
Teammates out 1-2. That's exactly what you want if you're Ryan Gabble. Boy, look at Briar LaPrade diving into turn 3. He's going to clear. Yeah, I'm not too worried though. RC's pretty adept at the long runs here, so if these guys get into a nice steady run, I think we can see him getting back up there. Boy, look at Briar LaPrade already attacking Tyler Fody for second. Got for Tyler Fody here, one of the best in our sport.
Championship leader.
Big wreck.
Caution in a big crash. The 5th one of the night. Let's see what happens here. Oh, Chad.
Frankenfield.
Oh, that's going to be Chad.
Oh
Chad
no.
Go back
had
and
a
grab him.
big,
Johnny
incident.
Thomas almost made it through that, just gets clipped.
Yeah, it seems to be by
Yep.
himself so far. That transition, yes, he writes it into the wall. Ooh, 21 barely misses him, but the 64 does not. Nick Massey takes a big hit here. Wyatt Canadal
Again. My
64.
goodness. Poor Wyatt's been a part of 4 out of the 5 cautions so far.
Yeah.
Man. Still though, seems to get through mostly okay. Oh man.
And we were
What are you
talking
supposed
about,
to do?
wanting to be you were in that trouble area, and Chad, who was up front, decided to win, putting himself right in harm's way. Right there, cautioning out for the 5th time, a grinding crash in turn 1.
Yeah, and that transition in the dog leg, it does not seem to care who you are. If you're not ready for it, it will jump out and get you.
Oh,
Now
perfect.
might be-
Memory lanes challenge there. Go ahead there, Dave.
Yeah, I think we better talk about it before we lose some of these guys. I know Chad and Nick are both involved in that one. So these are the drivers that are having a shot. The top finisher tonight will win $100. They qualified in the second race at, where was that again, Ethan? The first one was
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas, and then last week at the Brickyard to get into these the 10 drivers who are eligible for the $100.
Yeah, so Some big money at stake here for those 10 drivers. Right now, Tyler Fody leading the charge in that battle, so that'll be another story to follow up on later on.
We are still outside of the fuel window here, which by my calculations would be about lap 60-ish. To be in that 90 to 95 fuel window range.
Yeah, and we'll see if any of these guys, you know, with the way this race has gone, maybe some of these guys will go in right when that fuel window opens and just do the one stop, and we'll see what's going to happen here. If these guys get into some longer runs, it'll definitely change things.
A rash of yellow fever here at Phoenix. Only lap 33 of 156 so far.
I'll tell you one driver that does not mind right now. It's that 01 Ryan Gavel. No matter how the race is going, he's leading, clicking off laps led. So far he will take it, but I know there's a lot of competitors closing in on him.
Yes. I have to wonder who was the best on those older tires as well, or newer tires.
H. Karam, they're up to, looks like 7th or 8th position here. He's been slowly marching his way forward through these yellows.
Slowly has definitely been the name of the game.
All right, looks like Ryan Gavel, now that he's got his teammate up to 2nd, he's going to elect to take the outside here. And it should give a benefit to Fody there, getting clear into 2nd place and kind of helping defend the top 2 for Lake Norman. Yeah, those guys are definitely going to be aggressive. I mean, these guys are fast, and we'll see what they can do. Great jump by Ryan Gavel.
Caught slipping just a little bit. Serious, but he drives away from the competition. Look at that Green 88, so already underneath a battle for 2nd.
And Ryer the Pratt dives it into 1, gets underneath Tyler Fody. We'll see if he can hold it coming up to turn 3 here. Clear for 4th. These guys still rage on for the 2nd spot. Look at Breyer just straddle that yellow line there, taking the shortest way around the corner. They are still door to door. Oh, Fody gets the better drive off. Looks like Breyer got just a little bit loose.
Yeah.
Still there. Man, what a power run on turn 4. Looks like he might be able to dive it into 1 here. Let's see.
I think a guy that wants this spot doesn't want to see that 88 second in that 1.
Yeah, and you got to give Fody credit, being a great teammate to Ryan Gavel there. I mean, it was a great battle. You know, he held him off as long as he could, but nothing was going to stop that 88 car prior to Brad. We'll see if he can start tracking down Gavel.
Meanwhile, in the back of the pack,
yeah, this
the 11 and the 56.
Yeah, right at the tail end of the top 10. Shane Taryn and Matthew Weeks have a nice, safe, solid runs here, and Tate Lytle's coming back up through the field after his restart violation at the start of the race. Tate's been on a tear. I mean, you see Tate, you know, registered for any one of these races, and you're circling him as a guy that's probably going to be racing for the win here. So he usually favors those longer runs. I have the pleasure of racing in the same team as him, and you know, I learn a lot of things from him about tire wear and tire management. So if this thing goes long, you can expect to see him moving forward. Yeah, and you saw Rexing kind of go down on the flat there in the corner. I'm surprised by that. through turns 1 and 2 with how the transition's been hurting these guys on the dog leg, but he seemed to make it work still underneath that one car.
Setting up a pass here, you mentioned that was it takes a bit of work. Why is that?
Yeah, it's just so difficult. Even though Phoenix is just a 1 mile track, I mean, there's a lot of momentum involved here, and especially underneath somebody, usually they're going to defend the top, kind of try to pinch you down on exit. You have such a hard time sticking the car on the bottom line, kind of without sliding up into them. So you really have to have a speed advantage to make that pass work on the bottom. As we see, Briar LaPratt breathing all over Ryan Gabble here for the lead.
Yeah, that same music you hear from Jaws is coming from that 88 car. And he has caught the 01.
And I expect Ryan Gabble to put up a good fight here. We'll see how Briar is going to set him up. He's actually looking to the top, maybe build up some momentum here off of 2. Wow, look at that run. 01 wants to block the top. Briar wanted the top. Briar kind of backed out of it that time. We'll see right there on the left rear.
Now he's there. Up that dog leg. See what happens in turn 1.
So strong, that 88 car. Gabble's going to throw it in there, trying to hang on the right rear of Briar, but I think Briar's going to have the run on exit here.
Yes. Sell the whole 1 ball just a little bit on exit. And we have a new leader, that 88 car.
Briar LaPratt, first lap sled in the Elite Going APS.com Cup Series.
It only took him 45 laps to lead his very first lap here.
And started 17th too. I mean, it's been a great drive by him. We'll see if anyone else is going to kind of match this long run pace. And then you kind of sit there wondering, well, if the way he charged up to the front, he could have been burning his tires. So we'll see.
One car had a moment in turn 1.
And Josh Adams way up the hill there.
Couple of positions there. But so far, dare I say, this might be the longest race of the night.
Oh, 100%. Hopefully we'll keep it going here. We'll see. These guys look like they're kind of settling in pretty good, but I did hear from the guys in Happy Hour practice that the setup's pretty loose coming up off the corners, and it tends to loosen up more and more throughout the run. So we'll see if these guys can keep the rear tires on them. Look at David Tooker using all of that dog leg down there. That's right. Oh, look at that, sideways.
There he's sideways, and he hangs on.
He does. Let's see, will he avoid pit road? Might get a penalty. We'll see. We'll have to wait for race control. It'll be up to iRacing scoring to determine.
Definitely went
That's
over
gonna
the
be a penalty.
pit line. We'll see. He was very low.
What an incredible save by Tooker. That Hoonigan sticker on there, and man, he's built for it. He's one of the best at driving these things sideways.
Vincent was back a couple laps with Joey Chapman. Just did not bring out a caution.
He did a good job. That was a good save, too. We'll see if he decides to put that down pit road. Or do we have any word? What's that up before the 19?
I'm not seeing or hearing anything quite yet, so he might have dodged a bullet there.
That's what they think.
Oh yeah, that definitely is a race changer for you. Look at this battle here.
The 01 now having caught by his teammate.
That 01 looks like he's struggling a little bit. It looks like he's having a tough time coming up out of the corners with the rear tires. I think he got his rear tires heated up, and he's got a handful right now.
This gaggle of cars is fourth spot on that.
This is kind of what you get here at Phoenix, where it's really hard to set those passes up underneath somebody and kind of end up having an accordion throughout the field behind them. So that's when things can get pretty physical here. It looks like they're going to settle in for now.
Oh, Gabble,
right,
big
yes,
loose.
loose.
Oh, and that might be a yellow. We'll see.
Around. hits the inside wall. He definitely made contact with the inside wall. And the guy that led the most laps here tonight has trouble. Lap 51.
And thankfully for him, this updated next gen car is pretty solid, so he should still be okay to carry on. But I think he was having a hard time with the rear tires there, and I think it just stepped out on him in the dogleg transition right there. Oh yeah, that's what it was when he cut down and he just ever so slightly hit the flat part of the track.
Oh, you got a caution.
Some significant contact as the yellow is back up to the 6th of the night. And this is right near the fuel window. So I expect everybody to come in. We'll see.
Oh,
what
gavel
happens.
again. Just touches that seam right there. It's a lot flatter down there, and that really steps the car sideways, and he looks like he just loses control of it.
He does.
Oh, gets Chris Wright.
Oh,
Justin
7,
Vandermarl.
who gets the 21. Ooh.
his teammate Chris Wright, and man, tough break for Justin Vandermarl. He's had a rough stretch of races. Just wrong place, wrong time right there.
Ugh. There's got to be nothing more frustrating than seeing something like that break out in front of you and you having no way to missing it.
Yeah, and that's the worst. From I'm glad we got to see Chris Wright's view of that, because I mean, everything seems fine to you. All you can see is the back bumper of the guy in front of you, and then all of a sudden he stops, and you're like, "Uh-oh, it's on." Try to stop, and there's a car sideways right in front of you.
Ryan Gallop's bad luck continues here. He brings that car down to pit road.
And he's going to be taking some repairs here, get a fresh set of tires, and hopefully for him and the other guys involved, their races don't come to an end with any severe damage. And like I pointed to earlier, the newer damage model to these next gen cars, it kind of made them more like the realistic cars. They're pretty solid, but if you hurt the suspension, I mean, it's definitely a lengthy repair. So as long as they don't hurt those toe links, then they should be okay to continue on.
I think the 88 will maintain the lead. Did he pit?
Yeah, I think everybody's pitted now.
Okay.
It's all cycled through, so we're back to Briar LaPrade, back to the front.
And that run went just long enough. These guys, anybody that was in question about staying out or pitting, you get a run about 20, 25 laps. It's okay. Everyone for the most part is going to pit there.
Yeah.
And it looks like everyone kind of stuck to the cycle. So these guys kind of still in pretty conservative mode. Not really anybody going off cycle there. And
100 laps to go when we get the green flag. 10 laps over that fuel window. And fuel and tire window is a little bit different here. I don't think just because you can make it on fuel does not necessarily mean you can make it on Goodyear rubber.
That's right, and typically the driver does not like to be forced to make it all the way to the end on fuel, because they know that their tires are going to be destroyed. But these tires can make it, but these guys will definitely be driving on ice. So we'll have to see if we have a good number of cautions from here to the finish. I mean, this could be some of these guys' last stop on in terms of the fuel.
But there's been no shortage of action here at Phoenix, that's for sure.
Another notable driver, Scott Crump, up to the 5th position. One thing I know about Crump from racing with him the past couple of years is he is really stout at these shorter oval tracks, Phoenix being one of them. So I'd expect him to have some good pace here, and he could be up here battling for the lead.
All right. So, on the Anderson, top 2, that green 88 machine making its debut here from the Joint APS Cup Series. It's a good job
RC Anderson for second.
One of our rookies. That's
Yeah.
well.
He has great pace. I mean, he is super fast at most racetracks we go to. Looks like RC is able to hang on to that run on the outside, but I don't expect Latham to be done. Oh boy, that was close.
That was in the 90th of Scott Rump in the 40 car. So give and take.
Yeah, that's something you see with 100 to go, maybe not with 40 or 50 to go.
Issue they didn't bring out
a moment.
Yep, didn't bring out the caution.
Oh yeah.
Significant hit.
And that-
23 car is back in the wall.
The way that 23 reacted after the wall, he might have hurt a toe link on that one. We'll have to see. Looks like he's driving away okay. Definitely a hard lick for the 23 though.
And he is on pit road. Meanwhile, back in front, that 88 car trying to drive away.
How about Chad Thornquist in the 02, kind of making a return here to the Elite Series? He's having a good run for himself.
Is that right or is that,
Oh wait, no, that's not.
That's Sage.
He switched up numbers on me. Sage Karam.
Still
Also having a great run.
Yeah. No matter, we don't know who's in the car. We just know that they are too.
You can tell I haven't been around as much lately. So I remember the 02 with Chad Thornquist. That was a season or two ago.
It was just last season. You're not that far behind.
Oh yeah, not too bad.
Taking a look at some of the action. In fact, David Tucker who had that scary moment. And Hunter Smith is the battle for 9th and 10th.
Great run by Hunter Smith. Biggest mover so far tonight. Started 32nd up to the 10th position. And he's got good speed in that 17 car. We'll have to see if he can keep it going here.
Trying to give chase right now. The 9th and 10th car. Tucker, one of the drivers on the bubble. Looking to grab every point he can.
Yeah, and it's going to help him too. And a lot of these guys that are highlighted in the yellow here, or in the red here on your screen, is Chris Wright being heavily involved in that crash earlier. He was tied with David Tucker for that last chase spot. So there's going to be a big shuffle in the points. Sage Karam's still working. Sage Karam's still working on the 90 of Scott Crumb.
You're definitely within the final field.
These guys, if they elected to come down now, fill the car up with gas, they would have enough to make it. Though I'm sure most drivers would hope to have a few more sets of tires before then.
Yes. This move by zone 2 to get underneath the 90 car.
Big move by Sage Karam there. Oh, and he's going to be right underneath Fody as well. Sage Karam on a mission here, going through turns 1 and 2.
Almost got to the side of the 40 car. Able to clear Scott Crump, but he opens up that bump in light contact.
Yeah. Little friendly bump. Scott Krupp saying, "All right, I'm still fighting. I'm still here." Get away clean though. Look at the way Sage really sets up kind of that diamond line. He enters a little higher than these guys, really gets the car load up faster than them, and kind of drives it straight down on exit. That's kind of a textbook line that you want to run here, trying to make those moves, open up the bottom line. Taking advantage of all that pavement down there. Not quite clear. Let's see if Fody can hang there. Gets a better drive on exit. Fody might still be there. And that's close. Fody gives way. that's been going on. Briar LaPrade and R.C. Anderson kind of waltzed away out there.
Yeah, 1.5 second lead in front of this.
Lathan Joyner kind of in that no man's land between those battles for the front and fourth behind him. We'll see if Sage Karam's able to keep marching and maybe gain some ground on Lathan Joyner.
How about that 10 car here?
Yeah, he's holding tough there. He's kind of sitting here watching these guys kind of shuffle for positions, and I'd have to imagine Rickson's probably taking pretty good care of his rear tires, just kind of watching these guys battle it out. Maybe he'll make a move on him a little bit later.
Laps away from halfway. All they can. They can't do it close enough. Car just ahead of them. Still do believe we have a significant number of cars on the lead.
Caution.
Caution number 7.
Take a look and see what ended the second longest green flag run of the night. The 32 Dustin Dewar looks to be on the highlight. He had just gotten lapped. Oh, gets on the flat turn 4.
What a
Does
shame
good job
for
to not
Dewar.
loop it around, but fully.
Yeah, it is a good job. Doesn't just a kiss to the inside wall, and unfortunate for Dewar. It looked like he was just trying to give way to those leaders coming by and just clipped that flat part of the track, and it just took him.
Not a lot of pace in that 32 car. I think it was one of those cars involved in that big crash we had in turn 1.
Yeah, and he was struggling, just trying to lip it around, keep picking up some points, and it's unfortunate gets sent around there by the flat part of the track. But we'll see. This is going to be interesting because it was a moderately long run, so we might see some split strategies here.
So far, everybody's down pit road. That's all.
Trey Holmes, looks like Trey Holmes is going to inherit the lead. And his teammate Daniel Martinez as well. Strategy call from those guys.
Interesting. So the other 88 car.
That's right. Slick looking paint scheme on that one.
Interesting colors for Mountain Dew. They say Mountain Dew, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have to get him a plug on his painter, because man, that is a really cool car. I'm sure he's got a logo on there somewhere.
So, by my calculations, 5 cars stayed out. Everybody else went in. Not a big pack of cars as more starting to come back in.
Yeah, we'll see how this shakes out. These guys have old enough tires that I think they're really going to get eaten up here. But I mean, if this race continues to be a little messy, I mean, maybe they'll get to hold that track position for a while.
Excuse me. That is very true. My dog. Excuse me.
It happens.
Yeah, I'll be
That's a feature we have every week. We like that. People look forward to it.
Oh yeah. Stay under our 7th caution of the night here. Trey Holmes, Daniel Martinez, Josh Adams, your top 3 staying out here. We'll see if these guys are able to hold on. Going to be a nice valuable bonus point here for Trey Holmes getting the lap led. He does have a teammate up there in the front row with him, so maybe these guys will be able to hold that spot just a little longer, being able to work together.
We'll see if it's enough to keep newer tires behind him. The top three stay out. The first car, new tires, RC Anderson.
Yeah, this could be big for RC Anderson. He's only got one car in front of him compared to Breyer, so we'll see if he's able to clear in front of that 88.
That inside line will give the advantage. Big fan out. The green 88 car all the way to the black.
Wow, look at that.
He went from fifth to second before even reaching turn one. Joshua Atkins. They are stuck through the line.
I'd be worried if I'm Josh Adams getting taken 3 wide by these guys on newer tires. Looks like back to 2 wide though, a little more manageable. Breyer right to the lead.
Already. Of course, both 88 cars.
Oh, separate incident for the caution.
Our 8th caution is out. There was a contact between the 02 and the 3 right there. We'll see what
The
happens
3
here.
wide.
Looking at Tate Lytle. Is right near that rough transition.
Oh,
Just
Chapman loses it.
60. Right onto Matthew Weeks.
Oh boy. Poor Alex Gray gets a big piece of the 60 as well, but it looks like, Wyatt
Oh,
Canado.
my
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
He just does a good job of getting in
Oh,
every
man.
shot, doesn't he?
What's the opposite of a leprechaun? That's what Wyatt Canado is tonight.
I'm telling you, he's done a great job getting the TV sponsor
Oh, man.
on that 84 car, because we have been talking about him nonstop.
Big shout out to Wyatt Canado. Fueled Up Racing 84 car. He's doing a great job tonight. He just having a hard time getting away from all these incidents, but he's hanging in there. He's a bunch of laps down, but you know, he's just trying to piece together the
Yeah,
points tonight.
Savage a good day,
Oh, yeah.
despite what the field has thrown at him.
That's right.
Here he is coming through. You're thinking, oh, I've seen this before.
Really cool paint scheme on that thing too.
Just barely gets around a spinning 60 car.
Hanging in there, salvaging. That's all you can do in a race like that. You know, you just had some
Something
unfortunate luck and just stick it out.
Our 8th caution flag of the night, just past halfway. Under caution at Phoenix. A quick break will give us a chance to went to listen. Bathroom break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. It's been 8 cautions, 80 laps. We're averaging 1 every 10 laps here. Nothing has kept this 88 car down. I believe he's just taken over leading the most laps in his debut race. Back on the loud pedal, and we are back under the green flag here at Phoenix. Can that green 88 car find its way to victory lane? We are moments away, hopefully, from finding out.
Oh, caution.
Number 9.
That is, if the find us first. Yellow flag number 9 is out.
Oh dear. Let's see here. A lot of mixed moves. Uh-oh.
Oh, yes.
66
Oh,
into
no.
17.
And Chad Frankenfield has nowhere to go. Gets pounded. Oh, and taking out Nick Massey has not been his night as well.
Oh, 89 again. Harrison Talon was able to avoid that one.
Where's Wyatt?
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a flash of the 84 that time.
Yeah, I didn't
What's
see
going
the
on here?
84 car.
Maybe he just decided he was done hanging out with these guys. Oh man,
Man, Russell
tough hit for the
Cable just kind of
9.
finishes him off.
Yeah, definitely a big hit for Frankenfield. That 9 got into it pretty good.
There's Wyatt.
Yeah, let's see how close this was to that 84 car. He must have taken some serious
Nick
evasive
Massey
actions
wasn't
here.
involved in it, so we know he was close. He wasn't out of danger. And there's the 9 car right ahead of him.
I have a feeling right about here,
Yep.
84 is probably saying, "Oh no, not this story again."
He right on the apron.
That might have been the furthest he was away from any of these crashes tonight.
Yeah.
About 2 lanes.
Caution is back out. See, we're right on board with the 48 car.
And this really gives you a good idea of what these crashes look like, kind of formulating. It's you don't really see anything, and right there you start to figure out what's going on, and boy, you just hold the brake and hope that you're in the right lane.
Oh,
Oh man.
Like Brent
Couple
Jones
hits there
turned
for
him around.
Massey. Been a tough one for Brent Jones tonight. He's been involved in a couple of these.
it's been a tough one for a lot of people in the back of the pack tonight.
That's right.
we
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
want to discriminate against anybody.
His path
It
was
has-
perfectly clear right up until the Massey goes right in front of him.
Yep. Yeah, Brent did a good job there. Just one car just gets shot down the track, and not a whole lot you can do. So
Just
far, though,
before that, though, we saw the 02 make a good run, and now he's up to 3rd place. I believe that 02 car, I thought he was a factor last week.
yeah, he's
and
definitely quick. He's definitely quick, professional race car driver, and he's been picking his way up through the field, and here he is in 3rd. So far the class of the field is kind of seemed to be the Briar LaPrade 88 and the 50 at Enerson. We saw the 01 of Ryan Gavel earlier on, so the cream's kind of rising to the top at this point of the race.
Just past halfway.
If anybody's got anything for Briar here.
Trying to do something that I don't know has been done, and that is win their very first race in their debut. I don't know if that's been done in the JoinAPS.com Cup Series.
I'm not sure. The only one I could think of is maybe Colin Bowden or the inaugural Elite Race, which that kind of happens by default. But maybe Colin Bowden. Otherwise, I could not tell you
I think
if
Colin
that's
Bowden
happened.
was I do remember that. I think I called that.
All right, here they come.
That 88 fires off. The 02 and 50 are side by side.
I'm curious to see who's going to win out in this battle here. Wow, look at Sage Karam power in. Oh boy, big dive by the 03.
Looks underneath the 50 car. Will not get there. Has to defend the outside. Jared Rexing coming to play.
90 of Scott Crump has finally been able to get around the 40 of Tyler Fody. I feel like he was...
Oh, into the wall.
Into the wall hard goes the 03.
We might stay green on this one if the 03 can keep it under him here. Oh, nope, caution's out. Might have been a separate incident.
No, it was for the 03 car.
Man, just that same spot on the racetrack.
And that's a shame because he was having a great run.
I almost wonder if these guys are kind of bottoming out right there. And it seems like up closer to the wall through the dog leg there just seems to be a bad spot where these cars are really catching.
Interesting that drew the caution flag out, though.
I think maybe some of this back
Hunter
here.
Smith, the 01. Ryan Gavel as well. Oh, contact with Trey Holmes. Yes.
Yeah, it just happened to happen at the same time as the other one did.
I hate that for Holmes. Hopefully he was able to keep it out of the wall. Just innocent bystander. Oh, there's Wyatt Knadel. See how he gets around this one. Oh, man.
Oh,
big
Holmes
hit.
had it saved, too.
Oh, Talon.
Holmes had it saved and was drilled right behind.
Here's Wyatt Knadel's perspective here.
He's probably wondering why he's still on the racetrack.
Yeah, hey, everyone got out of his way that time.
That time.
Hearing reports the 33 might have taken off on that crash. I'm not sure.
Find him here.
I'm not sure if he was in that or not.
33. It might have been just he was blinking. I think they were talking about.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that transition right there that got the 17 Hunter Smith out of shape. Then they pile in behind him.
Yeah, it's tough, not picking anyone in particular. It just seems to be a setup and track combo there. I
mean, you saw the exact same thing happen to the 03. He was running inside the top 3 at the time.
Yeah, it's he's not any slouch either. I mean, it's picking anybody. It just seems to be that one spot there.
It looked like maybe Breyer decided to come down to pit lane.
Interesting. We will see. Maybe he's kind of made the bed and decided, if they're going to keep wadding him up.
6 laps left, so.
Darian Scholl, LaPrade, all pitted. Massey, Trey Holmes.
I don't know if I would have given up that much track position, though. That seems to be right in the eye of the storm. And we hadn't gone green for very long.
And that's going to hand the lead over to Sage Karam, who's been fighting and clawing all race. Finally getting up here to lead some laps, 90 laps in.
Yeah, 66 to go.
I want to see what this 90 of Scott Crump can do. He's had a good race all night, kept it clean, avoided all the chaos, and he's been quick. So I think this is the farthest up he's been. So we'll see if he's got anything for these guys. Another shout out too is that Robert Hill in 5th in the number 2 car.
Oh yeah.
Great run for him. 21 Savage Autosport team.
He's doing a great job. And how about the 40 car, point leader, already into the playoffs? He knows it, but just proving why he is consistently one to beat. Here he's been hanging inside the top 5 all day.
Yeah, it's racing against Fody for years, and You're just always wondering when is he going to make a mistake, and he just never seems to do it, especially in the kind of clutch moments in the playoffs. You know, you need him to just mess up one time, and he just won't do it. That's why he's the points leader, and he regularly is the points leader.
Sage gets going. A great jump. That inside line.
Oh, they might be 3 wide for second. Not quite. 3 wide back behind him, though. Tate Lytle, 2 for 1 special. Maybe 3 for 1.
The 19 and the 2. Move Tate up inside the top 5, looking for more.
Where did Tate go? He's been quiet. All of a sudden, he's right back up here in the top 5.
Almost money time. He tends to show up right around then.
That's right. Here it's Scott Crump taking a look. Oh, he gets that little bit of loose. He was able to catch it, though.
Yeah, that could have been a moment.
Looks like R.C. Enerson's leading the Memory Lanes Challenge here currently. So right now, R.C. Enerson's got a $100 bill waiting for him.
Issue with Johnny Thomas that didn't bring out a caution.
Oh, man.
He goes fully around off the racing surface, though.
And I think he was far enough back, and he didn't have a lot of people around him kind of also involved, so it looked like they avoided a yellow for that. Tough break for Johnny. Look, Lytle.
LeProd, he's back in the 21st position. Has his work cut out for him with 60 laps to go.
Lake Norman Motorsports on the move. Hank Steinmiller and Ryan Gavel both back up in the top 10 after issues early for those two.
Yeah, that 01 car. And he was doing, the caution. Back out.
Joshua Adams, perhaps?
Yes, I would definitely say so.
He's saying he had an steering issue.
Oh, yeah. Man, that thing just broke on him. Oh, yep. That looks like a toe link. I'm gonna go ahead and say that
heavily damaged.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a broken toe link after his hard hit in the wall, and looked like he was trying to get the car woed up and just shot him right back up.
Oh my god.
Oh, Briar LaPrade. Uh-oh.
Who actually hit the wall to avoid the 1 car. So there is
that's
damage
definitely
on that.
Look at that left front on the 81. Oh man.
On board with the 88.
Yeah, class of the field tonight, and looks like he gets into the wall pretty hard here, but that was the path of least resistance for him.
Yes, it really was. Ooh, he pancakes it pretty hard. What did that do to the race car and your driving ability after a hit like that there, Ethan?
Well, on this newer damage model, it hasn't been as bad, but I mean, you get a lot of different problems. First, you hope that you didn't break any parts in the suspension, and then, you get some aerodynamic trouble as well, and that can really hurt your handling. It kind of depends on the track. Sometimes it'll tighten you up, sometimes it'll loosen you up, and these guys are already pretty loose around here today, so hopefully it's not the latter of the two. Yeah, you can see that right front suspension's broke right here, and he's not able to get the car stopped before rolling back up the track there.
Gonna take out a lot of people.
And we'll get a good view of what that transitions looked like right there. Just loses the back end of the car. We've seen that so many times tonight.
We saw the 4 car make contact as well. Ugh.
So it looks like the Josh Adams, number 1, probably the 81 of Alexander Gray, both gonna have some severe damage to fix on pit road. So basically all but ending their nights.
4 car, we already mentioned the 88 as well was damaged.
Looks like our chase cars have all kind of gathered at the top now.
Yes, they have. Look at that. These guys have been doing that all season. Here they are once again. All those yellow plates around the numbers there. All the guys that are inside the chase field so far, and
Trying to get all they can.
yep, they're so good at that. They no matter what a race has been like, it's usually the same group. There's a reason those guys are high up in the points. A lot of those Pro Edge Racing guys creeping back up in the top 10 here. See Josh Clark up there. We haven't said his name much tonight. That's probably been a good thing with how this race has gone.
Been able to miss some. I'm impressed with Ryan Gavel though to come back after that hit he had with the inside wall there and losing it.
Yeah, not only just from
taking
having
out his teammate there.
Yeah, not only just from having a damaged car, but it really just kills your mentality too. You're so fast leading laps, make a mistake, damage your car, and it's really easy to kind of mentally check out after that. But he's kept digging right back up in this thing.
Alrighty. Lap 100.
Look at him fan out.
Fanning out.
Scott Crump gonna take another look under RC Anderson. RC just rolls that outside so good, though. He's been defending against that same move for most of these restarts, holding that second spot.
Have to wonder when push will begin to come to shove. Here, though, laps are winding down.
Yeah, and in a race like this where there's been a lot of incidents, usually drivers reach that point a little earlier than normal because they know that every position matters if they don't know when the next yellow is going to come out.
You don't want to be the next yellow.
Look at Kwame Scott. We haven't seen much of him tonight. He's always fast at these type of racetracks.
I think he was involved in the very first caution.
And here he is, making that move on Hank Steinmiller. Put Kwame Scott up into ninth, right behind Robert Hill, who's done a great job holding strong up in the top 10. Robert Hill's been on a really good run lately.
Want me to be our first guy that's on the outside. Get it back in.
Yeah, look at that. Trying to capitalize. Other people having bad nights. Kwame Scott out on the outside looking in for the playoffs, and here he is trying to make something happen.
Could do so handsomely with a top 10 finish here tonight. Gonna get around that two-car.
And everything looks pretty tame up front up until this battle right here that we're watching live for 8th. Now Hank Steinmiller working on Robert Hill.
And
Hunter
there's
Smith.
Hunter Smith.
Yeah, what a power move.
In that last caution and the 88. Some new tires. Fresh Goodyear rubber.
Oh, 3 wide. Breyer's thinking about it. Oh, still thinking about it.
Thinking about it.
Great move by Hunter Smith.
This 88 car is not as hurt what we saw.
Look at the power that he's putting down on the exit of the corner. Gets a little wiggle there, but man, that was a muscle move.
He is making his way to the front.
He's kind of boxed in here.
If he knows that car was damaged. He's certainly not driving it like it's ailing.
It doesn't seem to be hurting him too bad. He's still got plenty of grip up there.
Outside of the two.
And I think that's where you want to be. It's everyone's going to defend that top, but if you can get to the outside of a car, I mean, the momentum you're able to carry off the corner. Look at that crossover by Hunter Smith. Oh, caution's out.
12th one of the night.
Cody Harrington.
Looks like he's by himself here.
Oh, is that coming down pit road? Was he trying to come down pit road?
I
Oh,
don't think
no.
so.
Oh,
If he
Definitely
was, he
will
didn't
need
do a
to.
very good job.
no. Oh, yeah, that thing's done. That right front is tore up. Suspension's going to be broken in that one. I'd imagine he probably ended up towing after that.
On board. Scary ride.
And this is one of those ones that you're thankful it's not real, because this would hurt.
Ooh. Yes. And we have seen places that like tires blow out right there. Jimmy Johnson lost a championship because of that move. Sage is gonna stay out.
Uh-oh.
Everybody else, though, electing to come down pit road. Ooh,
Even Breyer comes back down, too.
this just got interesting.
Yes, it did, and that's not what Sage Karam wants to see. Sage Karam, Kwame Scott, Matthew Weeks, Michael Hosack. We haven't said his name tonight. Trey Holmes in 5th, Dustin Dewar 6th. And we will see who's going to win the race off pit road. Looks like R.C. Enerson. Coming to 57 to go this time by. We under our 12th caution of the night. The memory lane's 156 at Phoenix.
I'm sorry, Mike. Take it as you guys are joking about has ripped one of his toys off, and of course, this only happens on Wednesday night.
He gets worked up on race nights.
Says, I want some green flag runs. Rip up toys while we're waiting. The top 6 here are going to be out on older tires. Saw Shane Terrian move up a few spots here. And Crump and Fody round out the top 10 for this restart.
Still gonna have at least one more lap.
Curious to see if Sage Karam's able to hold these guys off for very long, or if they're going to eat them up on the tires. It really just depends on if they can get through the
traffic.
Yeah. Thankfully for him, he's got, looks like the top 3 rows are going to be out on equal tires with him, so he'll have some obstacles in the way before those guys on new tires get him.
It's never the feeling you want. Everybody pitting and you staying out makes your job insanely tough.
Yeah, and it's one of the cons of being that leader there is you're kind of at the hands of everybody behind you when it comes to strategy, and usually they're going to do whatever you don't do, so you kind of get put on an island there, and it's interesting to see. I'm expecting this restart to be wild, though. I think we're going to see lots of 3 and 4 wide diving down the dog leg there.
You think we're going to get our 13th caution? No.
Well, at this rate, it's looking pretty promising. I wouldn't bet against it.
I am scared for this 0-2.
Yeah, it's not the spot you want to be in. Like I said, he's got some support behind him, but and with the way this race has gone, they might not be able to get to him right away. So we'll see. Coming into turns 3 and 4.
All right. Good thing we're up in the booth.
That's right. Great jump for Sage Karam here. Battle for second.
There's the 11 of Matthew Weeks underneath Kwame Scott. He'll take it. Turn 1.
Power move by Weeks. We'll see if he can take the battle to Sage Karam before those fresh tires catch up to them. See if he can't get a lap lead.
First car that went on new tires inside the top 10, I believe, is R.C. Enerson.
Yep, already up to 4th, too. Big start by RC Anderson, and he's actually put a couple positions between him and those guys.
Trey Holmes battling Scott Crump.
Got two guys that stayed out. It looks like Scott Crump's going to win that battle, and that'll help open the door up for Tate Lytle and company that took the new tires.
Ooh. RC's wasting no time trying to go back to back.
Yeah, and you can tell the way these guys are driving, especially RC, there's definitely a sense of urgency with the way these cautions have been falling lately. You want to get up there as quick as possible. Kwame Scott looking high on Weeks. Nope, looks like he overcharged the corner, got a little too high up the hill. Watch for RC Anderson. He's taking it a little easy with his teammate in the 11, but I think he's going to dive it in right here.
Gonna paint that yellow line. And then he's already up to second. That 02 car. Whew. Older tires. Don't know if it's gonna be enough.
Oh, three
Crump.
wide into three.
Oh,
Oh, what a
Crump
save by Kwame.
got into the back of the 95 who hung on.
Close again there in the dog leg. Have to imagine Kwame in the 95 might not have been too thrilled with that move. Nonetheless, though, great save by Kwame, and he'll have an opportunity to continue on and still fight for this win later on. Up front, though, RC Anderson has caught Sage Karam.
50. Oh,
Puts a
Puts the
bumper to him.
bumper to him.
already toward the inside, and he's gonna take the pass.
Might have been a little friendly bump there. I'd be willing to bet these guys have probably raced against each other in real life. Oh, look at that. Big slide by Sage, but he hangs on.
Here comes Scott Crump in that 90 car as well.
And they're going to be three wide back behind Weeks. Oh,
Kwame looking toward the inside. And here comes that other 88 machine.
man, look at him running the flat down there. No way he's going to make that work.
Don't tell him that.
Oh, here comes Gavel. Big dive coming.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
contact. Kwame got into the side of Matthew Weeks there. Weeks gonna lose 2 spots because of the momentum loss.
Yeah, it looked like kind of a reaction by Kwame, you know, with the 01 diving underneath. Kind of spooked him a little bit. Kind of moves up, makes sure he's got room, gets into the 11.
How about this 88 car though? All the way up to 6th place.
And you got to imagine RC Anderson's watching that and trying to build up a gap while he can before they let that 88 loose. This just shows you what fresh tires mean. Sage Karam was looking stout up there leading. All these guys pulled the strategy, got newer tires against him, and he's all the way back in 6th currently, and he's dropping.
But you have to wonder, will these guys, have they made their last pit stop, their last trip down pit road? That 02 might have enough in the tank and another set of tires that these guys don't have.
Yeah, if we go about 15, 20 laps or so, Sage could pull a Uno reverse card on these guys and play their own strategy back against them, so it's not over for that 02.
Not yet. Things did get a little bit tougher though. He's falling all the way back to 8th place. Ooh, that 88 right on the back bumper of Ryan Gavel. This is the battle for 4th.
And I love how he's setting up turn 1 like that. You know, he's jumping to the top, setting up a good run off of 2, and it's this time he doesn't quite get the run, but it's really helping set up that dive into turn 3. I expect him, you know, if we watch it again here, we'll see he might get under him on the dog leg. Nope, he's gonna wait. See, nope, looking to the bottom this time.
It's amazing seeing these guys do their work. And That is tough to do.
Yeah, especially in a setup as on edge as this one has been tonight, with the issues with the transitions and everything. To see these guys battling like this is even all the more impressive, really, in a race car that's that hard to handle.
Race
There he
car
comes again.
That's been damaged, and here he comes.
Yeah, that's a money move right there in
Right
turn
on
one.
the
Yeah,
right
he's able
quarter
to
panel.
he's able to stay up there this time. We'll see what he can do down into 3. He's really going to try to pinch him here.
Oh, he did. Yes, you saw the 01 get a little bit loose.
Textbook by the 88. I mean, that's you can't
Just
do it
how he
much better than
planned
that. Yep.
How he has about a
Robert
second
Hill
and a
loose.
half. Stage Karam. Oh, attack.
Oh.
Oh, Stage.
Oh, what a save!
Oh.
Nope.
Oh,
He
my
does save
goodness. He
That was
does.
incredible.
A
Sage
number
Karam.
of positions lost, but Sage Karam keeping
Sage-
it pointed in the right direction.
Sage proving why he's a professional race car driver right there. That was impressive. Josh Clark here working on Kwame Scott for the 8th position.
You mentioned we hadn't talked much about Joshua Clark, but he's doing a great job with that Wawa machine.
Solid run for Clark, and he's not one of those faces you typically see battling for wins, but he's sitting really good in the point standings, and it really just highlights, kind of what a consistent guy he is. Usually right around 10th to 15th, does a great job keeping all the fenders on his race car, and here he is once again, up in the top 10.
Yeah.
How we doing on who's our leader for the money?
Oh, that's a good
RT
question. Is it
Anderson.
Lytle?
Scott Crump?
Oh, Anderson.
Oh, RC.
That's right.
Quite a few of them up there.
Yeah, Crump and Lytle are the next closest competitors for that $100 Memory Lanes challenge. So we'll see. These guys have a little something extra on the line for catching RC and trying to win this race. Because right now it's looking like whoever's going to get that $100 is going to have to win this thing with RC up there.
Yeah. But you want to know who just made a pass for third? That 88 car.
Yeah, here he
And
comes.
He's looking for Scott Crump. I'm telling you, this man is on a mission.
And we'll see what Breyer's got.
I will be impressed if he's able to drive back up to go around the lap machine of Harrison Town. But yeah, he's been able to cut 2/10 off.
Yeah,
lap
look at that.
time by wow.
And I'd be curious to see, I don't know if we can, if we could compare that 88 to the leader here, even with, him trailing behind the 90 of Scott Crump, kind of see how he matches up to the leader's pace.
I've just been watching our scoring pylon. It's gone down. It was 1.5. It's 1.3 now, and he just got past second place.
Caution's out.
The 13th one of the day.
Uh-oh. And I have a feeling that might have been for second.
Take a look and see what happened here. The caution came out right as that position was being made.
84.
But no, it does not.
Oh, hopefully, man, I hope Wyatt gets through this one. Let's see. Uh-oh, it's not looking promising.
0-2. No.
Oh, boy. Let's see, does he keep it? Oh,
He
no.
kept it off the inside wall.
See if anyone gets collected here. Oh, Dustin Dewar.
But it looks like that 84 car.
Once again.
They put the tally on the 84.
Yeah,
That's
you-
kind of. Let's look at this.
Oh. Let's see. Looks like the 02 comes down pretty sharply.
Yeah.
Eh,
Don't know
looks
if I
like
would
kinda like
put
a
it on the 84.
Racing incident at
More
best.
of a racing incident, yeah.
yeah, definitely looks like a racing deal to me. Wyatt, though, does a good job keeping it off the wall, doesn't get collected by anybody else. I think Dewar, unfortunately, locked the brakes trying to avoid that 84. Uh-oh, you can see that left front is not spinning on that 32.
Some heavy damage for Dustin Dewar.
See what Massey sees here. Oh, boy. Like nothing happened. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I didn't see anything.
Alrighty, well, it's time. The counter has ticked down. Who do you like here? Less than 26 to go. We always make I call it the commentator pick. Who do you like there, guys?
Well, I gotta go. I gotta go with Enerson. I appreciate what Briar LaPrad's done in that 88 marching up here, but RC's been quiet. He's been fast. He's been top 2, 3 all night. I think he's gonna find a way to get this thing done and hold off that 88.
What about you there, Dave?
Well, I guess I'll take the new guy then. I'll take Briar LaPrad and see how he does.
I was gonna go with him as well. I mean, I believe it's been a minute. I think you were right there, Ethan, with Colin Bolden. But to see a driver win in their very first start, and that 88 car has had to overcome a lot. And if we get a green flag run to the finish, I believe Enerson, your boy, should be scared.
Oh, I bet he is at least aware that he's got probably the last guy he wants to see lined up behind him here. So, yeah, I mean, what else can you say about Briar in that 88? I mean, he's done everything but win the race so far tonight. So that would be a great way to cap off the night for him. We'll see if he's got what it takes to get around that 50. I'm not sure if all of our leaders pitted here and the 70 stayed out. I think that must be what happened. So Jesse Rasmus is going to be leading us to the green here. This could really shake things up. And I don't know about you, Alex, but I see that dogleg open for business for that 88 here.
Oh, I do too.
Ace cart comes off.
Ryan Gavel up to 4th, and how about Joshua Clark up to 6th?
Yeah, him and Shane Terrian in that 3rd row. I mean, they've both been quiet. They've been solid. Here they are when it matters.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Looks like that 88 is excited.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Couple of Toyotas lead them down through the Geico restart zone, and the 88 car already on the flat trying to take the lead away, and
Wow.
he's gonna do so in turn 1.
What an incredible run down into 1. My goodness. Yep,
Oh,
Anderson
Rasmus
blocked in.
around.
Oh, there they go.
and into the wall.
Think they saved it.
They did. Anderson way up the racetrack, though.
4 wide.
They both made contact with the wall, and that really damaged. Oh, Matthew Weeks, Tyler Fody get into it.
Oh boy,
Whoa,
another
4
4
wide.
wide.
When you have a car staying out like this, it can really jam up the pack.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Hanks
Ryan
around.
Miller.
He saves it. My goodness. Oh,
No,
Nope. there it goes.
Caution.
saw it live.
man. Tough break for Anderson. Shuffled back to 6th. And look at Tate Lytle up to 3rd.
Dodging race cars.
What a move that was by Briar.
He's making us a believer tonight.
That's right. Yeah, and it's just that contact for Hank. He does a great job straightening it out, but puts the power back down, and it just heated up the
Another car
rears.
that got behind Trey Holmes, and
It's so tough in these
Amazing.
next gen cars. It's you straighten it out and you try to get back in the gas, keep it going, and rear tires are still heated up, start spinning again, and just snaps to the right on him.
14th caution. I did not pick Phoenix here as a place to see this many cautions as we take on board this 88 car. This last restart, he just he cut to the
Yeah,
left,
look at that.
and that's all she wrote.
That's what you call full send right there. He went for it, and it worked. But yeah, no, I'm right there with you, Alex. I wouldn't have picked this place to have such a messy race, but I think a lot of it's having to do with this setup that we brought tonight. There's a lot of just odd problems. Kind of bottoming out, I think, has been a big factor, and just been unfortunate. Usually this place produces good races, so.
Bad luck for RC, though, who has damage on the right side of that car as well.
Yeah, sorry, RC. I might have done my first commentator jinx on you.
It's okay. Both Rich and I, we used to do it all the time. So.
Oh yeah, I think I was a victim of it a time or two.
A few times.
My man. But yeah, this 88 car has just been stout. No one knew his name. And that's not going to be the case after tonight if he can hang on for another 16 laps.
Yeah, he's left his mark on the race tonight. I mean, he's been all but perfect, you know. Came back from some damage, and look at him here leading the race, coming to 15 to go. Ryan Gavel started up front. I mean, he's got tons of speed, so I wouldn't chalk this thing up quite yet, but boy, it's probably the hardest guy to beat here is the guy leading this thing.
Peace light's still on. So we are going to have to go another lap.
Hey, we can play our TA services ad.
Yeah. All right, so welcome back. Thank you, TA, for all that you do here. JoinAPS.com Cup Series, 15 laps to go in the memory lane for 156. All eyes have been on that 88 machine. Been pretty stout, coming back through traffic.
See if that 56 took some notes from that last restart, watching the 88 make that move on the dog leg. If Tate gets a good jump here, he could pull the same thing.
Tate's been known to break hearts before.
That's right. Defending champ in third here. Green flag's out. Gavel doesn't get a great start. That's going to open the door for Tate. Going to be 3 wide here coming out of the dog leg.
David took her underneath.
Oh, contact back there. Lathan Jordan.
And
Weeks involved. Trey Holmes.
They're spinning Johnny Thomas. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and Goodman.
We saw that take place already. The 03. Somebody had gotten into the 03. He tried to save it. And the further in the back of the pack. Just was not working.
Another tough break for Johnny Thomas. He's gotten caught in quite a bit of these incidents tonight.
Was it Joshua Clark, the first contact?
Yeah, it looks like Clark and the 28 and the 03 come together there.
Yep.
Looks like 28 kind of goes up the hill and tags him, and 03 almost has that saved and just not in time before all the traffic comes through.
Yeah. 44, nowhere to go.
21 did a good job. He said, I'm just going to go ahead and park it here and let you guys figure it out. Might be a fun onboard there with Justin Vandermeer and then 21.
We ride on board the 44 car. He sees trouble ahead. Hoping to save it. Hoping to save it. And at this point, he picked the wrong lane. No fault of his own. Just the.
Yeah, let's see what Justin Vandermeer saw here. Rookie in the 21 car for 21 Savage Autosport. Let's see here. He's developing in front of him and says, you know what? I'm just going to stop. Got a nice view of Johnny Thomas there and Latham Joyner.
That is a shame for the 03 there. He had been having a good day.
Yeah. Stay tuned, Esports. Chevrolet there. He was having a great run. See if he's going to get back out there and try to salvage something out of the night, but definitely not going to have the finish that he deserved here.
You're the 88 car. You look to your outside. You have the reigning champion right beside you. Does that make you nervous?
Well, I would say that 88, being brand new around here, he might not be aware of that, so he might have an advantage there. not quite realizing who's next to him. The heartbreaker, soul crusher, defending champion Tate Lytle in second. He doesn't really know who he's dealing with, I don't think. So I think he's gonna be uncharacteristically calm here.
Or if he saw social media pictures this week, he may not be worried about Tate Lytle.
yeah. That funny guy in the Talladega Nights driver suit.
Yeah.
We'll see here though. I know Ryan Gavel in that 01. I mean, he can be aggressive, and I wouldn't be surprised, if he like I said with Tate Lytle last time, if he gets a good start, he'll definitely use up all of that dog leg trying to get a run here.
He's gonna restart there on the outside. Gavel needs to have a better start though. He didn't time that last start. That's how he lost second place to Tate.
And it's all going to come down to timing. I think these guys are going to have a hard time making a move on Breyer without getting that good jump on the start. I think coming into turn one is probably going to be their best chance to take a shot at him. David Tooker up into fifth. Couple Pro Edge Camrys up there. Tate Lytle second, RC Enerson fourth, David Tooker fifth. Josh Clark still inside the top 10. Here we come.
Alrighty. Less than 10 laps to go.
Another solid jump.
A solid race.
Yep. Oh, look at Tooker. Tooker and Kwame. Can't quite make anything of it, though. Oh, Gavel on the flat. That might have been just enough. Might have been just enough for Lytle to clear. Will Gavel pilot into 3? Here comes Tate Lytle, defending champ against the new gun.
Trying to get there.
Gavel's going to take another shot at him.
There's Sage Karam trying to rebound there as well.
Yep, couple.
Lonnie Scott doing all he can. Right on the back bumper, the 19 at David Tooker. Here comes Gavel once again taking a look to the inside of the 56 car. 7 laps to go.
Briar LaPrade loving what he's seeing in the mirror.
That is nothing. No one close enough. Ooh, Gavel on the flat almost gets into the side of the 56.
Oh, I'm hearing lane change violation for the 88. Oh no. And that's a black flag.
Oh my goodness!
He's the number 5 in the sim, but he has the number 88 on his car. That was your leader, Briar LaPrade. Oh man.
Big moment. And he's gonna have to pay that penalty. Underneath the green flag, less than 5 laps to go. That takes him out of it. Tate Lytle, now your leader.
What a shame. Even though you're the new guy, you know, they're still gonna hold you to the rules in the series. And
that's a heartbreaker.
we thought maybe Tate Lytle would do the heartbreaking here, but this time it was the rule book. This thing's not over though. Tate Lytle's teammate RC Anderson, I think he's kind of been the quickest of the Pro Edge Toyotas tonight, but he's got Gavel fighting him. That's what Tate's gonna like seeing that.
Less than 5 miles to victory lane. Pro Edge Racing trying to go back to back to back as far as winning races here. Join APS.com Cup Series.
Yeah, it's been a great string of races for these guys. I mean, they have been just performing week in and week out. Now I'm getting nervous and excited here, Alex.
Now, welcome to my life.
Be
careful, we're gonna have to bill you for the Pro Edge ad here.
Right. If there is a leader, you know, you got a decent lead, and you're just hoping that there's not another yellow.
They are racing like they want one, though. Look at the 0-2 on the outside, the 95.
And Kwame Scott pulls a great move on David Tooker.
2 laps to go. Tate Lytle trying to hold off the rest of the field. A restart violation. Heartbreak for that green 88.
Maybe some contact there.
Oh my goodness.
Definitely some there.
Oh man.
Push comes to shove.
And Tooker gives Kwame a bump too. Getting physical here for 4th.
Go. We will settle it on this lap.
Tate Lytle sees the white flag.
This is our battle, so we're going to stay with this.
Yep, Tate Lytle's maintained his gap over 2nd. This is the closest battle on track here for 4th.
Gavel doing all he can.
Sage Karam blocking it off.
Racing cars are going to finish 1-2. RC Anderson cannot get there. Tate Lytle wins at Phoenix. Oh!
And then the frustration comes out.
Incredible finish for 4th. Kwame Scott got him.
Kwame Scott got the 0-2.
Tate Lytle wins the Memory Lanes 156 at Phoenix, and he also wins the $100 for the Memory Lanes Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats to Tate Lytle. Moneyman Tate Lytle. He won the Me Fine Foundation charity race on Sunday that Zach Evans put on, and he takes the money here tonight for the Memory Lanes 156 at Phoenix.
Do you get any of that there?
You know, I don't think I
Good
included
question.
that in the contract. I think I should have, though.
We'll have to ask that in the interview. How much
Yeah,
of that
maybe
is you
Tate-
giving back?
Yeah, maybe Tate Lytle will share.
Well, this 56 car, time after time, proven again, you can never count out the man that drives this machine. He does it again at Phoenix, winning for Pro Edge Racing, and Pro Edge celebrating another 1-2 finish.
Yeah, longtime Kevin Harvick fan. Closes it out just like the closer himself. Does it at Phoenix, one of Kevin Harvick's best tracks, and what a drive by Tate Lytle. Tough break for Briar LaPrade. But
That
rules
is.
are rules. Can't change lanes on the start. But
We didn't even catch that. I did not catch that as well.
yep.
Ryan Gavel comes back to 3rd place.
Shout out to Ryan Gavel. That's incredible
Yeah.
comeback for him. My goodness, he had an up and down race, but at the end of the day, he had a fast race car. He was persistent. Got it back up in position. Kwame Scott 4th, Sage Karam 5th. That epic battle they had.
Good to see Sage get the finish this week. He didn't get that one last week in his debut. So it's good to see him.
Yeah,
bring it home
definitely did a good
at
job.
top 5. We see Tate take him the Polish victory lap.
Penultimate race of the regular season. Leave with drama, lots of torn up cars, and
Well, we got them all in
repeat winner
the waiting room. Who do you want first, there, Alex?
Let's dial up the champ, shall we? Alrighty. You guys know him well. Tate Lytle. You won, man. We want to know.
I told
If
RC
you-
when I crossed the line, I was like, dude, I have never deserved a race win less in my life, but I'll take it.
Well, how does this stack up? I mean, you weren't there all night, but you never stopped digging.
I mean, it was just kind of like one of those never quit nights. I got the pole, which I wasn't really expecting to get the pole either. And then, let's see, I jumped the start. I just thought I had to get to the box. I got to wait for the green on the start. So I got penalized for jumping the start. So I basically started like 40th. And then we got up to the top 10, and I sped on pit road and hit the wall about as hard as you could hit it. So it was, I don't know, it was pretty bad. And then RC, I don't know why the 70 stayed out. I'm sure you guys are wondering the same thing. I was kind of roasted him in the game, but it's like at some point these guys got to figure it out. And then he took RC up to the fence, put him in the wall. So RC probably deserved the money, and then Breyer deserved the win. He apparently he changed lanes before the line, but I don't know. This is his first race. I feel like they're nitpicking a little bit on that, but yeah, I don't know. We just didn't quit. Didn't have the fastest car at any point of the race, I don't think, but it was going to be hard to pass anybody that got out front. So I figured once I got out front, all I had to do was make minimal mistakes and we'd be chilling.
We have Ethan up in the booth here. You're a Pro Edge Racing team member.
yeah,
And
Tate.
I had a question about the money you've won here tonight.
That's right. No, Tate. It's odd to see. It wasn't a very Tate Lytle-esque race. I mean, you started up front, had those penalties, and you're pretty quiet. But I mean, what was the mentality? Just trying to rebound through all that adversity and get back up in a spot to fight for the win, and also, yeah, are you going to fork out a little bit of the winnings?
I don't know. It was. I knew he had top 5 speed the whole night. It was just so track position and like wherever you kind of leveled out after a restart is just kind of where you were going to run. Even when I was back in 18th, 19th place, I knew I was faster than those guys, but it would just roast my tires way too much trying to get by them all. So I was just kind of playing the game, getting 2 or 3 a restart, and there's plenty of those to go around tonight. So it was, I don't know. Like I said, out of all my wins I've won an elite, it's probably the one I deserved the least. But, at least next week when Chad sends out that race program or whatever he does, the event guide, my name will be above Tyler Fode's, and I'll have one more win than him. And really, at the end of the day, that's all I care about. I love you, Fode, but I got you for now.
I told
All
you,
right.
Alex, when you're out there, you're wondering when Fode's going to mess up or when you can one up him, and it does not happen often. We'll take it.
Yep. Fode PM me after the race. He says, "Boo, Mr. All Time, though. Congrats." So we're aware of more than you people think. I think, but yeah, crazy race. It was a quiet start to the season, but we've kind of hopped on a heater here lately, and between winning the money on Sunday night and then running 7th in the college series last night, and now tonight, it's been a pretty good week for us. I don't know if we necessarily deserved this one as much, but sometimes the fastest car doesn't win, and I've been on the other side of that plenty of times. So it's Yeah, it. I don't know. Thanks to Days Gone By Vintage Racing Apparel, Brett Wentz. Shout out, go check him out. He does a lot for the league and a lot for me. He's one of the best. So go check his vintage racing apparel site out. It's on Twitter, on Etsy. Pretty easy to find. I don't think he's watching, but shout out, Dad. If for some reason you're watching, I forgot to send him the link. And there for the first half of the race, I was pretty glad because it was pretty amateur. But kind of got it back the last 50 laps, and everything. It's just one of those races where all the cards just fall the right way.
All right, that was Tate Lytle, your winner here for the Memory Lane 156 there. Congratulations, and enjoy that $100, man.
56. Yep. Love you, Ethan. Love you, Alex. Love you, Dave. Dave, you're quiet, but love you too. See you next week, hopefully.
All right.
All righty. Let's get our second place driver here. RC Anderson. It was looking like it was gonna be your day. Unfortunate for the 70 car staying out there, and then the contact in the wall. But walk us through getting back up to second place.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had a pretty solid night. I mean, I was up front the whole time, just getting the pit stops at the right time. I think I made a couple spots up on the pit stop. Mine just happened to be that second stall to where, like, when I full throttle it out, I barely stay under the speed limit getting it out. So I was able to make up a few spots there. But yeah, the restart really hurt me. It kind of happens every race, I feel like. Not just to me, but it happens to everybody. Like, so somebody will stay out with older tires, and it jumbles the whole thing up. Everybody just trying to pick the right lane to get by. And I just happened to get stuck right behind that. And thank gosh I had Clark behind me, who's one of my teammates. He lifted for me, lifting for him. But I wasn't going to turn him. I knew the second I touched him and he got loose, I needed to lift. And I think I fell back to 7th. So it came down to the restarts. It was just, I was thankful to have Tooker with me as well on the restarts, giving me room when we went 3 wide. And I was able to jump that spot. Of course, I wanted to get Tate because I wanted to do the memory lane, so $100. And I told him, man, if I was going to get to him, I was like, I'm going to push you out of the way. I think he told me, it's like, well, you owe me like 4 of them from the past races. So, but yeah, we were joking around the last few laps, but it was tough getting by Gavel. We had a big fight. I think I was just a little bit easier on my tires. I don't know if maybe it's just the track. I mean, there's some places where he's just insanely fast, like Monza, and but this one I feel like I had the upper edge. I was able to save tire properly, not burn off that right rear, trying to burn the right front a bit, and I think we had a solid car. But it was just time in the restarts. The restarts are tough because of where they're at. I mean, we all kept joking. Kept calling 3 and 4, 1 and 2, like 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 because of the old Phoenix. This is the first time I think I've actually raced on this configuration with the start line on that side. So the restart zone's tough. If you're not on the bottom, you get screwed. So it was definitely an interesting race, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, RC, you were stout all night. You brought great pace. It seemed like second place was just your spot tonight. Were you kind of waiting for hopefully a longer run to really start kind of fighting at the lead and using the tire wear? And did you think you had anything for Breyer there? He seemed pretty stout.
Yeah, I think there was a spot there towards the end of that long stint when I was in second and he was in first. We had a gap to behind us, and I felt like I was doing a better job. It was almost who could burn your right front off the fastest so you wouldn't burn off your right rear. And I think I was doing a better job at it, and I started to reel him in a bit. And I think if that thing would have gone long distance, because that would have brought us all the way to the end of the race, I think I would have had the car at the end. I think I would have gave him a run for his money, but he was able to be fast enough in the early run and also save tire at the same time, where I feel like I need to be a bit slower in the early run, saving the tire that I was. But once we get to the middle of the end, I think I might have had a little bit of the upper edge. I was starting to reel him back in, but I mean, that guy's insanely quick, and it's tough to compete with those guys. And I'm glad I was just able to stay on pace with him. That tells me I'm doing something right. And yeah, I think if we just would have had some better luck on where we restarted, I think we would have had a win. It's a shame he got a lane change. I mean, it's tough with that restart zone. It's really, really tough with that restart zone. If you go early, you will slide up. So I think he just got lazy with the wheel, got that restart penalty. I think he would have taken the win for sure with these restarts. But congratulations to Tate and Pro Edge. I think we were all up front again. Me and Tate seem to just keep finding each other on the front row. We think we've started next to each other like 5 times in the past 2 weeks. So we've been joking about that, but he got the upper edge on this one. But I'll tell you what, if I got to him, I was definitely going to try to move him.
We were expecting that, especially with $100 on the line.
Yeah, it was a good go. Yeah, I mean, he had pretty equal pace to me. He just, with the penalty at the start of the race, kind of put him in a bad position to where he had to fight for track position again. But once he was there, he had the same pace as I did. So there was just, once I got clear Gavel, the gap just kind of stayed the same no matter how hard I pushed. So congrats to him. All of Pro Edge Racing, of course, Rayco Machine and Engineering Group, they're all over all my cars. They've been awesome. I feel like they're pretty good luck to be on the car. I've had a pretty stout season in the Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup season. I think this puts me higher up in the playoffs, so hopefully I can go into Homestead racing a little more aggressive.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the chase to start in all 3 series, and I think it's going to be fun.
All right, that was RC, second place, first runner-up here at Phoenix. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Of course, thanks to you guys up here in the booth. Chad, who runs the league. I forgot those 2. You guys are awesome. I love going back and watching these replays, man. Even though you guys aren't professional announcers, you guys do a fantastic job. And it's cool to see the commentary, the replay work. I mean, you guys do a lot up here. So thanks to you guys.
All righty. So, last but not least, we have Mr. Gavel. Ryan Gavel, there you are in third place. It was an up and down race for you. You at one point had that car pointed to the inside wall. Did you think during that moment that you had a top 3 car?
No, but these cars continue to surprise on how well they clean themselves up, I guess. Yeah, that first run, especially with the hotter track temp and my inability to save tires, it was a horrendous combination. And I was pushing as hard as I could, and all of a sudden I was out of control. And yeah, self-spun through the dog leg, which I guess a couple people did over the course of this race, but hit that wall pretty good. And then I spun out like 2 laps later and took my teammate out, which kind of sucked, and ended up going a lap down, fixing damage by accident at one point. And yeah, I did not think I was going to be able to fight back, but once I got out there after getting the lucky dog and seeing that I still had some pace, that I had a chance and got a little lucky here and there, but definitely had the pace to get the top 3 at the end, which surprised me, but I was good with it.
Yeah, you did a good job rebounding from all that adversity, Ryan. And like Alex said, we saw you had your troubles catching that transition on the dog leg and all that. But I mean, you led 43 laps, only second to Breyer. How was it racing with him? Kind of a new face out here, and were you able to pick anything up? And we're kind of matching him with pace there for a while.
Well, I wish I could have picked something up or raced with him some more, but by the time he got to me, he pretty much just passed me. But I got to follow him. Got to follow him a little bit, not too much. I did totally call him out on the last restart, which I feel horrible for, but I got to do what I got to do. When he changed his lanes, before he even half changed the lanes, I was yelling over race chat to get someone to look at it. But feel like a bit of a turd, I guess, doing that to somebody. But I mean, it was fun racing with him. He had us all whooped. He deserved the win in every right. It was too bad what happened for him there at the end, but rules are rules, I guess. And yeah, I'd say I probably learned something from watching him go really fast. I don't know how he did it, but I definitely watched because he was really fast, and I wasn't quite that fast. I don't think anyone had the speed he did. At least, well, I would say on the short run or the long run, he had us all smoked pretty bad.
One race left until the playoffs begin. You're still on the bubble, I believe. But how does this shape up for you in Homestead with a week to go?
Yeah, I think I was on the good side. I know I was plus, but I think I was plus on a couple other guys. I was in pretty decent shape coming in tonight, and with this third place finish here and the lap led and all the points I picked up, I'm pretty sure I'm in really. I'm definitely not locked in, I wouldn't think, but I'm in good enough shape where I think I'm just going to go out there and race like it's any other race and go for the win. Homestead is a track that I usually don't do really well on, so I'm not expecting a great run, but looking at the point situation, I'll probably be all right on points to make the chase. So yeah, I'll do what I can to have the best race possible, as I usually do. But I don't expect a great run next week. Anything better than decent would surprise me. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'm feeling good and confident that I'll be able to make it into the chase here.
All right. Well, that was your third place finisher. Want to give you the chance there to shout out anyone and anything you'd like.
Yeah, no, I want to thank Chad and everybody who runs the league, all the competitors. It was, well, maybe it wasn't the cleanest race overall, but I wasn't around too much of a mess. So it was fun for me, at least. Want to thank you guys for putting on a good broadcast as usual. Got to thank Nobody for sponsoring me and Lake Norman Motorsports for being good teammates tonight. We had a couple problems. I know I took out my teammate Chris. I felt pretty crummy about that, but Fody finished top 10, and Hank got taken out toward the end and finished 20th, which is too bad. But could have had a better result as a team, but I'm glad we got one on the podium at least. Glad it could be me.
All right. Well, congratulations there, Ryan. We look forward and hope to talk to you later on in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Ethan, Dave, this was a race of the unexpected. I don't think we expected that 88 car to make that ultimately fatal mistake for his chances there, but Tate Lytle, our winner here tonight.
Yep, bummer for the 88, but I mean, rules are rules. Stuff happens. Tate Lytle doing what he does best, closing up the deal, getting the big win, and it was a tough track and setup combo, but the best of the best rise to the top, and that's what we saw here at the end.
Dave, final thoughts?
Ready to get the playoffs underway. It's going to get pretty crazy next week, and it'll be my birthday. Actually, my birthday next week, so it'll be a fun race to do.
Oh, well, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
All right. Well, from all of us here for the Elite Racing Network, thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight at Phoenix, virtually. It was a great race, and we hope to see you for the season finale before the playoffs begin with Homestead just around the corner next week, right here, 8:30 p.m. sharp. Don't go anywhere, or just make sure, mark it down, I'll put it that way. I can't even talk, so we're going to close it up here. Thank you guys so much, and congratulations to Tate Lytle, winner of tonight's Memory Lane 1.